Welcome back. We're going to create a simple program that will do the file operations. First things first, you need to know the type that holds the stream is called file. It's a data type, and you have to create a pointer. For example, f, you'll find it. So many examples. And then we use a function called fopen. Fopen. So fopen is a function. It opens a new file for reading or writing or appending purposes. The same function is to be used throughout the chapter. So the very first argument to this function is the file name, which is a constant value or a variable you can pass of the type string. For example, we say file.txt. The second argument is the mode that we were talking about in our previous slide, reading or writing or appending or reading and writing, appending and writing, appending and reading, for example. So what we simply use is W. For now, we created a file, and then after opening a file, for example, you don't assign it here. Let's do it like this. Fine enough. The first thing is you open a file. Then you do all of your operations, and at the end, you close the file handle. So you close the file handle by passing this variable here as the first parameter of this fclose functions, file close, file open. So between that, let's just check if it does create a new file, because by W, we meant that it's going to create a new file. Let's compile the program and run it. And let's see in our same folder, we'll have an executable, a C file that we did compile, and a text file, file.txt. Just remove it and run the executable again, and you will see the file is recreated. So if the file does not exist, it's recreated. For example, we write something, hello, within the file in the notepad, and we save the file and close it. Then we run the program again. You will see that the file is overwritten. There is no content in it of 0 bytes, absolutely 0 bytes. So it is clear that when using the write mode, only W, that is very dangerous and is going to create a new file. Unless you have a different file names or a random file name that you create. Then we have the second for reading, the second R. Let's do some practice with writing first. For you remember the function that we had, printf. Of course, throughout the program, throughout the whole course, we're using this. We say test, for example. We need to write it to the file. So what we do is we just add f before this printf, and this is also a standard function available in standard input output. So the very first thing is you pass f before this, and then you pass the identifier of the stream, the file handle. We're going to pass the file handle here. And what the program does is it writes the whole statement to the file. Now you can do exactly the same thing as you have been doing with the printf. For example, you say %d and print the x, for example, and this should be printing test and 10. Let's run the program and see within the file, our text file. Let's open it up and see. Okay, it says test 10. So I hope it does make sense, and you can understand easily by just replacing just adding an f before the printf. It becomes a new function, fprintf, which has already been defined here within this stdio. And the very first argument of it would be the file handle that you have created using a pointer to file, this f. So this was the writing. Let's do some reading. We have created it, created the file which has this data. and let's try to read this file.